Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to a Virtual Racing Network. We are here for the moment. Again, that voice not 100%, but we are going to stick it out the best we can. Again, still have that cough going on. We do apologize for that, but we do plan to stick this race out. There may be some moments here and there where we do not have audio going on, so we're going to mute the mic there for a little bit. But before we do that, we need to get into the sponsors here for tonight's race, as I've always already not wanting to work here on the racing side of things here. There are three main partners, and again, that voice is not wanting to stay with us. Global Building Contractors, iRacing Drivers World, and of course, Gold Cube, the presenting sponsor here for tonight's race and this series. And of course, on the broadcast side of things here for 2019, our partners do include Northwest Racing Series, Walls Beard Co., RaceOnTexas.com, World of Thunder, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports, Huffman Designs, RACECORE, and of course, Crumbs Custom Graphics. Make sure you check out all of these great partners on their social media sites, Facebook, website, however you can get a hold of them. Thank them for all they do to support this series, and this broadcast. That being said, we have about 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Again, we are going to try to preserve this voice as best we can. A very short field here tonight. Only 10 drivers here for this 100-lap event. So definitely going to be a little short on the car count here for tonight's race. So hopefully we do have a few more maybe show up here at the last minute. Possibly maybe even have someone jump in the booth with us here later on if they are out of the race. But regardless of that, we'll go ahead and bring up your thing here, which is the RACECORE Truck Series presented by Gold Cube. And we're going to let you go on board with these drivers here for the next 2.5 minutes while they are practicing. And while we do that, let's go to onboard. And we're going to pull up some times here. You can see Alex Huffman is the fastest driver with 30.014. And how everyone else stacks up behind him here in practice. So again, we're just going to let them run on board here around Texas, see how they're doing, and we will be right back. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have 1 minute left on the clock. It is just about time to go into qualifying, as there are going to be two trucks flipping through the air there. So let's go ahead and go back to our main scene here, our dynamic scene anyway, floating around this beautiful facility here at Texas Motor Speedway on iRacing. It is a great looking track as always. Again, we're glad to be here. Hopefully we get some good racing. 10 cars does not always produce a whole lot of racing, and with no fast pairs, we potentially could see some cars out of this race based on what we've seen in practice anyway. Again, during practice, it has been interesting to say the least. We've seen several cars into the wall, several cars upside down. So this track tends to play a havoc on the drivers. So we'll be watching each and every one of them here tonight. And we'll obviously be watching them here in qualifying coming up right now. As practice is over, they got those last 5 seconds there as we transition over. And I'm not sure if this is going to be... I don't think there's lights here at Texas, to be honest. As we're about to find out, I don't see any there. I could have sworn Texas Motor Speedway did have lights. As they've run night races before. But regardless of that, let's drop down to the track. As we will do so. And it looks like your first driver to come out is going to be the 3 of Alex Huffman. And he was your fastest driver in practice. Will he be the fastest one in qualifying as well? As the green flag is officially out here for the RACECORE Truck Series presented by Gold Cube. Alright, just checking in on some stat stuff there to keep in mind for this race. But again, nobody's put in the time just yet. We have 4 minutes on the clock. There will be, I believe, Carlos Silla, it is, in the 81. Will not be qualifying here tonight due to an EOL. So he will not be qualifying, but he will be still starting in the top 10. So he definitely can't complain too much about that. On a day you don't get to qualify due to a existing penalty, you still get a top 10. You can't complain. So Alex Huffman runs a 30.231. That'll put him in first place. And right behind him is going to be Brandon Young with a 30.691. So much, much faster, separated by 0.462. Almost 0.5 of a second there. For Alex Huffman. It's a good run for him. Jim Locking, haven't seen him in a while, but he's back in the number 91 machine. In that number 91, he ran a 30.794, and that is where it's going to stay as Sterling Smith runs a 30.850, and he's going to blow it to a stop almost in his pit stall there. As we'll switch over to Jamir Muhammad real quick, who is on the track, just put in a 30.288, so that is going to be Alex Huffman's closest competition, but I believe Jamir Muhammad just spun it out. He did, so that's going to do it for qualifying for him, at least on that lap. Brian Jones out on the track as well as Thiago Vieira, so we'll see where these two stack up here momentarily. Alright there, again, just checking in on some stuff. As, again, also trying to rest that voice here. Brian Jones going to take it to fourth place, with a 30.486. Thiago Vieira, top of the charts in the number 52 machine with a 30.211. It's going to be 0.020 faster than Alex Huffman. Not a whole lot of time separating those two on the track. And it looks like that's probably going to do it with a minute 20 left. So far, Justin Winters, Brian Dorsey, and Carlos Maciel not going to be coming out onto the track. So we will step away and be right back with your starting grid coming up soon. Alright, that'll do it for qualifying. Time is up. So it will be Thiago Vieira that's going to be on the pole for tonight's race. As drivers are getting set to get on to the grid. We'll let them all get gridded. So we only have 5 rows of drivers here tonight. A very small field here. We'll see. Hopefully throughout the season it does progressively get more drivers. So right now that is just not the car count the league is wanting. But they don't want to open up registration either, is because these drivers are starting to get familiar with each other. So recruitment not an option, but there are plenty of drivers here in this league. So the car count being low is quite a surprise. So we'll definitely wait and see if they start showing up into the later races of the season. But right now, Thiago Vieira on the pole. We still have about 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers that have not taken to the grid. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and get rid of your qualifying stuff off the screen. Well, we say we will. There we go. Now it's going to go away. We do apologize there. But Thiago Vieira, Sterling Smith, Justin Winters, and Alex Huffman have not taken to the grid just yet. They will be doing so here shortly, as we again are just moments away from taking to the grid for the first time, or taking to the green flag for the first time. We're on the grid, so we'll go ahead and go through it. On row 1 is going to be the 52 of Thiago Vieira. On his outside, it's going to be the 3 of Alex Huffman. Row 2 is going to be the 2 of Jameer Muhammad and the 45 of Brian Jones. Row 3 is going to be the 51 of Brandon Young and the 91 of Jim Locking. Row 4 is going to be the 17 of Sterling Smith and the 81 of Carlos Maciel. And rounding out the field here in row 5 is going to be the 9 of Brian Dorsey and the 4 of Justin Winters. And as you see him pulling off there, that'll do it for your Walls Beard Co. Beard Bomb starting grid. Again, a short field here tonight as they are pulling off to get this thing started here. Again, only 10 drivers making the call, and it looks like Justin Winters not going to start either, so he does not get the call. And the ruling is if you don't start the race on the grid, you are not allowed to start from the pits unless there are outstanding circumstances on that. So I'm not sure what is going on there. If maybe there is an issue that he had a PC issue or something like that, he can get back out on the track later on in this race. But regardless, 9 drivers going to be making the call if Justin Winters does not come out on to the track. We'll see here how this one is going to work out for everybody. Again, a small field, and it has been a little rough out there for these drivers. We've seen quite a few spin out as well. So we'll be watching to see if that is the case once again here tonight. But again, time will tell. We'll go ahead and get your main bar up. You're watching the RACECORE Truck Series presented by Gold Cube here on Virtual Racing Network. As the green flag is just about ready to come out, and there it is. Green flag's out here for the first time tonight. Thiago Vieira on the loud pedal. On his outside is Alex Huffman as they barrel into turn number 1 here. Again, for the first time tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway on iRacing. And it's going to be Thiago Vieira that has it. And we've heard earlier out front, not necessarily the place you want to be, is Jameer Muhammad. Really starting to shake it up back there. Back in 3rd and 4th place as he was all over the track, but somehow keeps it going in the right direction. And we'll see again out front in the clean air. Didn't seem to be where these guys wanted to be. They said this truck handled better in the actual field itself, back here in the group versus out front. But that was, I believe, Alex Huffman that said that. He's out front leading this race right now, so maybe something has changed. This track's 114 degrees. It is not necessarily a cool track at all. So a lot of things could go drastically wrong here early in this race. We're keeping an eye on that. Let's go back here to Brian Jones and go selling on the mic. We're going to go on board with him just to see how much he's fighting this truck early on in this race. Alright, again, we are back. We're also trying to stay hydrated in these breaks from being on the mic, so we do apologize for them, but we've got to keep that voice as best we can. We have one more night of racing to go, and it's going to be dirt racing, so we've got to have the voice to do that. It's going to be very difficult, I can promise you that, but we are going to fight through it. We're going to go off of on board. It's the 45 of Brian Jones, sneaks to the inside of Thiago Vieira, who has just not had a very good start to this race. He shot out like a cannon, and then that cannon seemed to lose its luster early, as he's already fallen back to fourth place from pole position in first. So he's lost 3 spots since the start of the race, going in the wrong direction. Let's go back and check in. Carlos Maciel, his teammate, started in 8th. He's in 8th right now, not really progressing too much through this race either. So we'll see how that works out for him. Jamir Muhammad looking to put that number 2 truck back in victory lane, but he's got some stiff competition from Alex Huffman right now. Alex Huffman out front leading this race. Again, second place, second, third, fourth, even fifth. Even Sterling Smith there in 6th place. That seems to be where the main battle is going on, which is actually about half your field. So, again, 2nd through 6th right now is definitely where the action is, and even that, not a whole lot of action, but definitely something. Alright, let's check in here. Let's see. Let's go in with on board with Thiago Vieira here and just watch this wheel here. Let's go to his helmet cam if we could, and just watch his wheel here. We'll see how much, if he's even fighting this wheel at all. Doesn't look like he's putting too much in it. I'm wondering if he just really didn't fight for those positions too hard, or for the lead too hard, and is just opting to kind of hang back here. So he's making a run here on the 45 of Brian Jones in that Jalopnik Chevrolet Silverado. But again, he's not fighting it a whole lot, so unless it's just deceiving there. But Justin Winters is out on the track now, as we'll go off there and go back to Justin Winters. As you see right there, he is on the track. Started 10th, he's in 10th, and with 3 laps down, I don't think he's going to be progressing too many spots. We have 90 laps to go still when they get to the line. This is going to be a long race for him if he's having to slowly but surely pick off people but not gain any position. So it's definitely not the ideal situation. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how this one plays out for him, as that many laps down is definitely not a good way to start your race. Alright, again, preserving that voice is the main goal of tonight's race. I know everyone out there just absolutely loves to hear us talk, but we've got to keep that voice in tip-top shape for tomorrow night as well. The last race, technically, kind of the week, so we want to keep it going for that, so we don't have to bring in help for the race. But you're watching the battle for the lead. Whether we talk about it or not, you're watching it, and that is Jamir Muhammad going to the inside. It looks like he gets a little bit loose there, and he's trying to get by Alex Huffman. He does get by him. Here comes Brian Jones. He's going to try to make it through as well, and this is where, we're 13 laps in. Disaster could potentially happen. Looks like 45 and Brian Jones gets loose. Ooh, I don't know how he saved that. Brian Jones going to come back onto the track. What a save for the 45 of Brian Jones, as he's not completely out of the woods yet, as he slides up behind Sterling Smith, and he will claim a 5th position, but he was in 3rd. So he's going to fall back several spots and try to regroup from that, as that was an awesome save, to say the least. That is going to allow Alex Huffman to get even a little bit bigger lead. And we're going to go back here as these guys, this is where the action is now, as they're too wide, too deep back here. Just crazy what all's going back here. The action these guys are putting on for just 10 cars. We got Carlos Maciel, Jim Locking, Brian Dorsey, and I'm not sure the other one is going to be Justin Winters, who, of course, is 3 laps down, so he's not battling for a position right now. But it looks like they're going to somewhat sort that one out. Let's go about mid-pack here, 5th place. As right now you have Brian Jones, Sterling Smith, as those two just swap position, and then Brandon Young right there. So you have 2 teammates bumper to bumper in the 17 and the 51, and they're going to come flying around the corner here. They're going into turn number 1 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Again, and lovely facility, a really nice track. It's just going to be a matter of how this one works out for everybody. Is you just never know when you come to Texas. This track is very tricky. Yeah, we have 85 laps to go. I'm not sure what fuel mileage is going to be here. It looks like we're set to maybe go caution-free here tonight. Again, they're already a little spread out. I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we get through with pit stops. They're going to be even more spread out. But Justin Winters is going to be able to go 3 laps extra on the run. But he probably won't. He'll probably try to stay in cycle with these guys, even though he could potentially stay out, as we see the 45 get into the outside wall. And that's going to allow Sterling Smith to get by him in that 17 machine. Unfortunate for him getting into the wall. Alex Huffman, though, still out front leading this race. And he has not looked back since he got up there. He has had some competition come up there with him, but he hasn't allowed them to get by. He has led 17 of the 17 laps that we have started and completed. So, good job for him. We'll see Jameer Muhammad under fire from Thiago Vieira now. Thiago Vieira in that 52 machine. Right there. I don't know if he's got anything for Jameer Muhammad, but he's definitely knocking on his back door. So we'll just have to wait and see. We're going to go here for just a minute. Let's go on board with Thiago Vieira if we could. And we're going to go silent on the mic. Just run a lap or two with Thiago. Maybe you see him get really loose. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and again, just nothing, absolutely nothing happening here on the track right now, as everybody has completely spread out. Carlos Maciel maybe going to try to give Brandon Young a run for his money here, but just nothing going on. They're all spread out, and it's just going to continue to get worse the longer they go. Here, and when we go into green flag pit stops, that's really going to spread them out. Brian Jones under fire from Jim Locking. That might potentially be one. Thiago Vieira, though, coming down here, 23 laps. It looks to be what they're going to get on fuel, so, or at least around there anyway. So Thiago Vieira coming down pit road to take fuel and tires. We'll see what he does. 2 tires, 4 tires, no tires. What's it going to be? I have a feeling there go the right sides up. And if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say those left sides are going to go up as well here momentarily as he's 1 lap down. Might as well get all fresh tires. He does, and he is done. 14.1 seconds on pit road as his first pit stop is complete, and that'll give the lead, or sorry, we'll give the lead. Delaware was about second place. Second to third, so he'll give that up. But wow, I cannot talk. Sorry, folks. Alex Huffman is still your race leader. Sterling Smith now in third is what I was trying to say, as he will take third from Thiago Vieira. And it looks like now we're going to have Carlos Maciel and Brian Jones come down to complete their first round of pit stops here for tonight. Again, caution-free so far, a quarter of the way done. So it looks like we are going to have about 25 laps on a tank of fuel. As more drivers will probably be coming down, as there's one more coming down. That is, or was your leader, Alex Huffman. So he's going to come down in the number 3 machine, as well as Sterling Smith in the 17. And we're also going to have Jim Locking and Brian Dorsey come down. So far, Jameer Muhammad and Brandon Young opting to stay out an extra lap. Will that be enough? Will they have enough fuel to make it around another lap? As they have 26 laps on this stint. And I imagine they're probably going to come down this time. There goes Jameer Muhammad. He's coming down the pit road. And the next one will be the 51 of Brandon Young. He's coming down as well. So he will give up second place. Jameer Muhammad gives up the lead. They both come down pit road to complete stop number 1 here. As we are completing them under green flag conditions here tonight. Again, we love it when it happens this way. As green flag stops underway here for the first time. And as soon as these 2 complete, we will step away to a quick commercial break and come back, as we will have about 30 or so laps completed, about 70 to go. Jameer Muhammad's off, and it looks like Brandon Young's going to have a good stop. So far, no complications from that, and he is off and away. So Jameer Muhammad is still your race leader. We'll see Alex Huffman should get by him right here on the back stretch. He does. Alex Huffman retakes the lead as he's got Thiago Vieira all over his back bumper, and we'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, caution free so far. I'm not even sure how we're doing it, except for the fact that they're spread out and everyone is able to kind of run the line they want to. So that is contributing to part of it, I'm sure. But we'll just have to kind of wait and see if we may get a caution here soon, or if it will stay clean and green. We're about 19, 20 laps away from the halfway point here for tonight's race. As, of course, Alex Huffman's still out front. He's led 29 laps. He hasn't led every lap now, but the ones he didn't lead were under pit stops. So, for all intents and purposes, Alex Huffman has led just about every single lap. Jameer Muhammad's still all over his back bumper, though. So we'll see if it's possible he can get by him. But so far, it has definitely proven difficult for anybody to get by Huffman here tonight. Even for Muhammad, who is just so good usually. We'll see. That's the battle we're going to watch here for at least the foreseeable future here, just to kind of see how this one goes. As you know what? Well, we have it. Let's go crank it up here for these two at least anyway. So we're going to crank these mics up real fast and let you hear these engines in all their glory. Alright, we are back again. So let's a mini crank it up there just to see again. Actually, kind of get a feel of what these things are like. As Jameer did get by Alex Huffman while we were watching, so he does have something for him here. As again, it's been definitely, I think, difficult for anybody to get by Alex Huffman, but finally Jameer Muhammad does it. Well, again, it took all he had, but he did get by. So, good job for him, as he will take the lead, and he's going to lead his 6th lap. And this is only the second one under actual racing conditions. We were there, of course, under green flag conditions, but not racing, as we were doing. The first time he took the lead was under pit stops, so technically green, but kind of not really green at the same time. So it's kind of a strange deal there. Although Brian Jones pulls it down pit road for 2.1 seconds. So let's go back and see if we can figure out what happened there to Brian Jones. As here he is back here. Right there, and just gets it loose. Almost hits the wall. And goes through the grass, and you can tell he's coming to a slowdown here. And that is going to do it. This truck not handling for him here tonight. The 45, Brian Jones, puts it on pit road, and it calls it a night. So his race is done. So now we officially have 9 drivers. Again, Justin Winters 3 laps down. He needs a caution to get back on the lead lap. And obviously, Brian Jones not granting him his wish here. As he pulls it down at pit road without causing any issues. So he will have to keep trying once again to see if he can get that caution. So we'll go to our main camera here. Jameer Muhammad still out front again. There's just not much going on. We go through the field here. There's second place Alex Huffman, Thiago Vieira. Sterling Smith may be catching Thiago Vieira. We'll keep an eye on that. Carlos Maciel Then we go back to Brian Dorsey, Brandon Young, and Jim Locking. Probably the closest battle going on the track. And even that's not too terribly close. The best battle isn't even for position. Back there between the 4 and the 91 of Justin Winters and Jim Locking. But again, that is not for position. It's only for technically, well, like real estate, but not for a actual position on the track. Well, the question is, will anybody get by Jameer Muhammad now? Is still keeping an eye on Jim Locking, who actually gets passed, excuse me, by Justin Winters, who is still, again, those 3 laps down on the leader. So he hasn't been able to get by him, and we are coming up on the halfway point as we'll go back up to the front here, at least close to it. As looks like the 17 of Sterling Smith is going to get by. Thiago Vera on the 52 is going to take it to the outside and try to complete that pass, but he can't quite do it. He's going to have to keep digging if he wants to get to the front here, as he's just there but can't complete the pass on Thiago Vieira for 3rd position. Alright, again, just trying to rest that voice a little bit. Not much going on here. This is, again, one of your only battles going on the track right now. There's just not much going on here at the moment. If you're out there watching, let us know who your pick for tonight's race win is. I know we got some fans out there for a couple of different drivers, so let us know who your pick is for tonight's race win, and we'll go and see if we can't check in with them throughout this race. Again, obviously, we do have a lot of drivers that are not here with us tonight, so it's unfortunate, but hopefully we'll see some of them back here in the coming weeks. But again, right now, it is the battle between the 52 and the 17 as they're duking it out here. We'll go back up to the front here. That one's starting to be aggressively get a little better as well. So we're going to let you watch this battle here. We're going to zoom out a little bit if we can. Watch that battle, and we're going to get a quick hydration break and get that voice hydrated again, and we will be right back. Alright, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, just while there's not a whole lot we're watching this action, we're trying to keep that voice hydrated for tomorrow, as you can till it comes and goes here, and we definitely gotta have it for tomorrow night for the dirt racing. So we're trying to keep it as hydrated as we can as we go back down to the 3 of Alex Huffman in second place and the 2 of Jameer Muhammad. Those two battling it out here at the moment, and both of them doing a really good job. Again, you're watching one of the best battles right now, and that is the battle for the lead between these two drivers. So we'll see which one of them comes out on the top later on tonight. Definitely a good battle there, and hopefully Justin will see you back racing before you know it. Hopefully my voice is better by the time you get back, as it is just not wanting to cooperate here tonight. Nor was it last night either. But Jameer Muhammad out front, and we get our first caution of the night. And it's going to be... I'm not sure who it's for. So we have drivers on pit road. Let's just go back and see if we can figure out what or who it was for. As everyone's on pit road here, so I'm not sure who this caution was. There's a 17 going through the grass as he gets loose coming out of turn 4. He'll hit the green cone and a bunch of other stuff on the way. Sterling Smith, though, bringing out caution number 1 as we go back to live. And that may do it here for his night. So we are going to go to a little break here, and we'll come back when those lights go off. And we'll recap anything that happened on pit road. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As you just saw what happened there, the four of Justin Winters trying to, I believe, take a wave around, ends up spinning out in front of the field. Luckily, nobody got into him. He didn't get into anybody. He does tow to keep anybody from getting into him. Definitely a smart move on his behalf to tow as quickly as he could, as it looks like the 17's coming down the pit road as well to serve a penalty. And Jameer Muhammad's going to be your race leader. Alex Huffman on his tail, but really would prefer the long run here so that he can keep him going. He wants that long run to try to catch him. That was when he thought he was best. But as we heard over the radio chatter, that not being the case right now. We'll see, as it's Brandon Young trying to get by Thiago Vieira in that 51 machine. Will he be able to get that Chevrolet in front of the Toyota here tonight? We'll find out here shortly. We go back just a little bit more. Carlos Maciel and Brian Dorsey, the last two on the lead lap right now, and they are for 5th and 6th place. Jim Walking, Sterling Smith, then Justin Winters not on the lead lap. And then, of course, Brian Jones is no longer in the race. So several drivers laps down, out of the race, and a few drivers on the lead lap here at the moment. We'll see if Jameer Muhammad can hold off Alex Huffman. Huffman obviously wants to see a long green flag run, and he had one coming. The truck was coming around to where he liked it, and then that incident happened. So now Sterling Smith looks to be potentially out of the race. It looks like his night is going to end a little bit short, as well as Justin Winters, as he had to tow, and depending on if he had his fast repair, they don't have fast repair, so depending on how long he has to tow, it should be about 2-3 minutes. He may or may not come back into the race. Sterling Smith, again, I don't think we'll see him back here tonight. It's just really kind of a waiting game to see if they do or not. Again, that battle for the lead is the best battle on the track, and Thiago Vieira is trying to run him down as well. As those two, again, Muhammad and Huffman, 1-2 on the track. Will anybody be able to catch either one of them is the question. And so far, Thiago Vieira seems to be answering the call. We'll see while we have the moment here. Let's go on board here for a lap or two with Alex Huffman and see how that truck's handling with him running down your race leader. Alright, as we're running on board, there goes the three of Alex Huffman to the inside. Can't quite get him at the line, but he's going to keep digging here as we have 38 laps to go in your race. And Alex Huffman still side by side with him. Again, Thiago Vieira is catching them slowly but surely. So we'll see if he's able to run him down. But don't know if they're going to be able to, but definitely Alex Huffman has a fast truck here tonight. He's able to get by Jameer Muhammad and take the lead once again. The lead is a 32nd lap that time by. Again, we're watching this. We only have 6 drivers on the lead lap. 3 of them, so half the field on the lead lap, are right here together. In turn 1, it's Thiago Vieira starting to reel in those front 2 slowly but surely. He is reeling them in. The question is, will he be able to catch him in time? I think he will. Again, it's really a good question if he can, but I think he has a fast enough truck to do it. It's just going to be a matter of if and when he can catch him, but I definitely think he will be able to here shortly. Again, keeping an eye on everything here. We're looking at some stats in the background. Jamir Muhammad definitely wants to get back to victory lane. It's been a little bit since he has been. Now he is definitely looking to put this thing back into victory lane once again here in the Truck Series. Again, if you're out there and you're in this league, I know there's a lot of people out on vacation right now, but definitely you want to come in here and race, put on a good show. Is right now decent show going on for these front 3, but that's about it. So that's where we're going to hang tight for the remainder here of this race, at least until another battle starts to come up. And we want to thank everybody out there tuning in for the race. Got JT out there. JT, thanks for tuning in. Again, we're trying to save our voice as much as we can for tomorrow night's race. It's just going to be action-packed dirt track racing. In the meantime, keep going on this race. And this is the battle, but it looks like Jamir Muhammad has found something once again, as those two have traded it back and forth. Jamir Muhammad now leading another lap, so he will get back by Alex Huffman. Meanwhile, Thiago Vieira, 0.83, not 0.783 seconds behind first place. So he's right there with him, but he hasn't quite got them two. Meanwhile, 0.099, make it an even 0.1 second separate Alex Huffman and Jamir Muhammad. That gap has closed once again. It's almost like who has the fresh air isn't necessarily the fastest driver on the track. Let's see. That gap is actually widening here. 0.267. Now 0.333. So Jamir Muhammad again coming back to life here in this race. 30 laps to go at the moment, and now officially Sterling Smith, Justin Winters, and Brian Jones are all out of the race. They have retired from the race here tonight. Put it in the hauler. And their night is done. Thiago Vieira still running them down. Brandon Young, followed by Carlos Maciel and Brian Dorsey, the last ones on the lead lap. Jim Locking right now. The way he's out, he can't really gain any positions at the moment. However, this race is far from over. We still have 29 laps to go. Something happens, he could potentially gain some spots. We'll have to keep an eye on that and just see how it all works itself out later in this race. Track still 114 degrees as we go back to the front. Well, there is a huge break here compared to in the leaders anyway, compared to what there was just a lap ago. We're going to step away for another commercial break, and we will be right back.
This is a demonstration for the built-in water temperature sensor of W5 CPU water block. There is a water temperature sensor built inside W5 to detect the temperature of the coolant that runs through W5. Here, we're using thermal mode and time-lapse effect to show the temperature change of the system. You can easily see the real-time temperature change on the software screen. W5 is also made with central inlet design, which contributes to higher coolant flow that helps faster heat dispatching to achieve a lower coolant temperature, of which you can see on the software thanks to the water temperature sensor. While W5 shows you the temperature of the coolant that runs through your CPU water block, you can also throw in a Pacific TF1 indicator to monitor the temperature and coolant flow of your whole system.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. Had a minor technical difficulty with the headset there not wanting to work properly. We do apologize for that. What we were saying is I think Jamir Muhammad may be holding back a little bit. I don't think he was pushing it as hard as he could to let Alex Huffman by. Thiago Vieira, though, is your race leader now as Jamir comes down and he gets by Alex Huffman. So Jamir Muhammad coming down, and this should be their last stop of the race as again they're going to get tires and fuel. 14.6 seconds for Jamir Muhammad. The question is, who will be the next driver to come down at pit road? Everybody at this point is a lap down because there we go. Now it's updating again. It's showing Alex, yeah, it's showing everybody a lap down. So very interesting there. We definitely want to see as pit stops complete. We need to see Thiago Vieira come down pit road as we missed a few pit stops apparently there. Again, we apologize, not feeling the greatest. We're trying to battle through this, so that is my bad. Completely missed some of those stops as these people were coming down. Some of them were already laps down anyway. Again, not surprised that we didn't catch those there. But Thiago Vieira, he's coming down pit road and gets a little wiggly as he comes down. But he will have a fairly good stop other than that little bobble. And that should give the lead back to Alex Huffman in the number 3. So now it's going to be another battle between him and Jamir Muhammad. We'll see Carlos Maciel in 3rd. Brandon Young just hasn't been able to quite get by him yet. But Alex Huffman has not taken the lead back yet. We'll see 10, 11, 12 seconds so far. We'll make it a 13 and 14 second stop, and that's going to do it right there. Alex Huffman will take the lead back. So will Jamir Muhammad. He's going to take 2nd away from Thiago Vieira. And we'll see. Carlos Maciel may not be able to do anything as far as getting a position. Yes, he's going to be able to take third, so Carlos Maciel will take third place from Thiago Vieira. But Alex Huffman's still out front here with 19 laps to go. Well, there we go. Just make it 18 right there. Alright, they'll check in, and now as everything cycles out here, Jim Locking going to be the only one a lap down. Brian Dorsey in 6th place, Brendan Young 5th. Thiago Vieira is in 4th, Carlos Maciel in 3rd, Jamir Muhammad in 2nd, and Alex Huffman is your race leader here with 16 laps to go. In the remainder of your race. Can Alex Huffman hold off Jamir Muhammad? He's been doing a good job of it, but they've been trading it back and forth too, so it'll be a good question to see if he can for the next 16 laps. Make it 15 to go when they get to the line right there. 15 laps to go here for your race leader. Let's go to Jamir Muhammad here and go silent on the mic as we go on board with him. So we'll get to him there. There we go. See if he can run down and watch him trade this spot back and forth. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, again, just riding along with these drivers, both of them there for a little bit, and you can see they're trading it back and forth, and we know through radio communications that we heard that Alex Huffman, pretty certain he's got the truck to beat here tonight. If Jamir Muhammad runs those tires off early, so it'll be interesting to see if he can do so. And get back by him. They've got 11 laps to go here in this race. Question is, can he do it? I think he can. Again, going to be 10 laps to go this time by for your front two. Again, we stayed on them all night. But that has been where the battle is at. We'll see. Alex Huffman needs to make his move here soon. Again, this is the tricky part about racing. You need to be able to make your move, but not make it so soon that someone can get back by you as well. So he has to play a very strategic game of cat and mouse out there tonight. It looks like we got Sean Brightsman, Brandon Kaufman, Cody Young, and Justin Winters out there watching tonight, or at least you've been here at some point anyway. Not sure if you're still here tuning in. As well as we got a few people over on the YouTube side of things. But right now, it is all about Jamir Muhammad and Alex Huffman. 8 laps to go. We have about as many laps as we do cars on the track right now. He gives Alex Huffman 8 laps to try and get by Jamir Muhammad. Jamir Muhammad going to be doing everything he can to hold off this hard-charging Alex Huffman. Question is, again, and we say it a lot, can he do it? Both of them evenly matched out here tonight as they are putting on one heck of a battle for the race lead. It's 7 laps to go for Jamir Muhammad. Again, time will tell how this one does work out for everybody. Alex Huffman here probably in 2-3 laps, maybe even 4 or 3 to go. I think he's going to have to make his move. And they're going to make it 6 laps to go in this race. They cross the line. Jamir Muhammad, the question for him, did he wear off his tires too early to get by Alex Huffman? Does Alex Huffman have any tires left to get by? Jamir does have 1 lap fresher tires, but is that 1 lap really going to be enough for him to get by Jamir on those, again, only 1 lap fresher tires? Again, it's going to be a tough one to decide, as he's going to try to make a move to the inside. I thought he was anyway, but he doesn't. He thinks different of it. We have 5 laps to go into the race. So we are here at Texas Motor Speedway on iRacing for the RACECORE Truck Series presented by Gold Cube. And it's not been a barn burner. Wow, I can't talk. A barn burner by any means. But has definitely been a good race, at least here for the lead. As you can see right there, Alex Huffman starting to look around, trying to find where he wants to make his move at. And right now, I think it's going to have to be to the inside. I don't think that outside is going to work for him here tonight. So we'll have to just kind of keep an eye on that and see how it does work out. And again, it's going to be a interesting race between those two if Alex Huffman can get up there and get to the inside. If he can't get to the inside of Jamir, that could end his night. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything, and he's actually maybe losing a little bit of time here. Oh, those 1 lap old tires trying to push this truck to the front may have taken its toll here for Alex Huffman, as at the moment he is struggling to get back to the front. But here he goes, going to try to maybe fake him out like he's going to go to the outside. And will he try to dive it? No, it doesn't matter if he could get to the inside. Jamir Muhammad shuts the door. 3 laps to go. Make it 2 as they come to the line. And there's always this scenario, these two get together on the track, and Thiago Vieira ends up being your race winner here tonight. So it'd be interesting to see if that is the case as well. But Jamir Muhammad is doing just a fantastic job here with 2 laps to go of keeping that bottom shut to where Alex Huffman can't do anything with him. But Alex Huffman right there is going to make his move here with 1 to go. And no, it's not going to work. He's going to try the outside possibly and maybe go in there. 1 lap to go, though, presented by Northwest Racing Series. And we'll see. It's so far all about Jamir Muhammad right now. He's had 55 laps, over half this race. 1 lap to go, actually about a half a lap separating him from victory lane. And Alex Huffman just not quite going to have enough, I don't think, to get around Jamir Muhammad here tonight. He'll be content with second tonight As there it is, checkered flag is waving. Your race winner is going to be the 2 of Jameer Muhammad. Jameer Muhammad putting it in victory lane here tonight, followed by Alex Huffman and Thiago Vieira, Carlos Maciel, Brandon Young, Brian Dorsey, and Jim Locking going to be the ones finishing the race here tonight. And then, of course, Sterling Smith, Justin Winters, and Brian Jones are going to be packing it up just a little bit early. So we'll be talking to your top 3 here in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking to our top 2 here tonight. Again, voice is not holding out, and the whole doing the translation thing is just not working out here tonight. As again, we just do not feel smart enough to have to translate everything over. So that being said, we do have our second place driver here with us tonight, and that is going to be the 3 of Alex Huffman. So we're going to kind of let you do the talking here tonight, or y'all do the talking more. But just a few simple questions here for you. One, how was the car, or the truck in this case, handling out there tonight? Do you think you had anything for Jameer Muhammad, and any sponsors on that car you need to thank? Well, definitely a good run for you, and we know you got some shout-outs and sponsors you want to thank, so who would those be for that second place finish? All right, again, congrats on second place, and just a day late here on the win. Jameer, actually 2 days late, but you get the win here tonight. Monday night, we had Jeff in the booth. I said we're going to have the Jeff and Jameer show, but we didn't have no Jameer. So he was here ready for you, but we didn't see you there. But you get the win here tonight. So, Jeff, if you're out there watching, you should have been here tonight as well. Slacker. But that being said, you got the win here, and it looked like they're a really good battle. Pretty much the only battle going on was between you and Alex Huffman at certain points during the race. So, do you think, or did you think during that race that he had something for you there? Well, definitely, it was a heck of a run. Again, we don't want to cut anyone short on the stuff, but our voice is barely hanging in there as it is. So that being said, we know you got some shout-outs and sponsors out there. And again, congrats on the win. And who would those be? All right, well, again, congrats on that win here tonight, and that is going to do it. Excuse me, for the post-race show. Is again a short field here tonight, but some good racing up front. Nevertheless, we will be back here in just a short bit. Short bit tomorrow night with some great racing coming your way. So stay tuned for that.